Well, I'm looking for my screwdriver. So, well, we're waiting for everybody to show up. But it is Friday, and we got 2 weeks left before the end of the year. Hey, look. Oh, I think I found one of them. I think that'll help any. But I guess we can try. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Found my screwdriver. I've been looking for all over for this for like 3 weeks now. Now if I can just... Oh, that's a Phillips. I need a flathead, so I have to flip it. There we go. Now let's see if I can... I can't see shit. There we go. Cat's moving boxes behind me. Alright, let me see if I can get this. Hey. Ooh. There we go. Wow. I wasn't even close to being all the way screwed in. And let me get this lit. There we go. Okay. Well, they're attached. Hey, Neo, what are you opening? I was actually trying to screw my glasses together. Hey, good to be on tonight. Sweet. Me too. How is everyone? Everyone's doing fine at the moment. I am. I don't know about everybody else. I am talking on behalf of everyone else. And I'd like to thank Neo for the idea for tonight's podcast. She asked me a question about difference doing a blog or videos. So it's blog or a vlog. And I'm going to share some of my insights tonight on doing either one. My chair... Fuck it. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? Tonight, I am drinking Holiday Nog from Fireball. So it's extra cinnamony. And then I poured some Fireball in it. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to drink it, but, oh well. Yeah, tastes like Fireball with eggnog. Because that's what it is. Love eggnog. Love this time of year. Ugh. Got my tree up. Got my lights up. Didn't get the out front lights as much as I wanted. No. Money was short this year, so I couldn't buy more decorations. But at least I got all my lights up. I still need to make my wreath. I don't know if that's going to happen this year because I still have to go down to Michael's and buy all the stuff because I want to handcraft my own wreath. Yeah. Nope. My watch vibrated at the same time. Kind of freaked me out. Okay. Shadow, you are not helping. Okay, I don't think anybody wants to hear your mouth breather. Okay, don't. That is an expensive microphone. Do not chew on it. Let's see. Ooh. That looks familiar. I don't think you sent me this one, though. I'm looking through the pictures you sent. That might be a new one. That is a sloppy-looking burger, though. I don't know. You said sloppier-looking ones, but I don't know. That might be tasty. It almost looks like chunks of beef instead of just a patty. I'd eat it. I like burgers. Oh, you're sticking to my shirt. Off topic, I couldn't put your book down. Well, thank you. Hey, Neo. Hey, Nat. How's it going? I was reading Neo's comment while Nat came in. You're being addressed, Shadow. Yeah. I started talking before I even hit the go live button. She was up on my chair because I was talking to myself, trying to find my glasses and my screwdriver. So she's like, oh, it's time for the show. You are such a pain in the ass. In my earlier videos from Westminster, she was like almost in every one of them. Huh, because you like being on camera. Making wreaths is cool. Not into holiday stuff, but I love crafts and wreaths are cool. Yep, I have a Halloween wreath that I love. I hang it up every year. So I need to make a Christmas one. And I'm half tempted to make one for all the holidays because that's how I roll. Made a few wreaths actually, not for Christmas. Yeah, I like wreaths of all kinds. Crafty gifts are a big thing for me. I made soap, candles, and stuff as Xmas gifts. People love that stuff. Oh, I love candles. Oh, we like candles a lot. Yeah. We got a ton of scented wax, and I got a ton of candles in my thing behind me. You don't need to eat my microphone. But I'm glad you like my book, Neo. It's appreciated. Thank you. I also do food gifts. I like food gifts. As long as they come from somebody who knows how to cook. Like batches of fudge. Ooh, I love fudge. Cookies and cupcakes. Let's see. Was it last year? I said I'm going to marry the first person who can make me a cherry divinity. That's that's my only. I'm going to put that in my dating apps too. You know, my only requirement. Of course, to make divinity, you have to have like an industrial mixer because that shit gets thick. We broke a few mixers. I'm not very good at crafts, but I'd like to figure out how to make a really cool Halloween wreath. Wreath. I like the wreath I have. I bought it from. I can't remember if it was Walmart or Spirit. Might have been Walmart, but it has pumpkins and stuff in it. But I want to make my Christmas one, so mini cupcakes are the most popular thing. People eat them up faster than larger cupcakes for some reason. That's because small cupcakes, they're bite-sized. You just pop them in, swallow them whole. Don't have to chew. I got a great fudge recipe. I love fudge. Smaller cupcakes are less messy. Divinity is hard to make. You need a $400 mixer. Yeah, I know. We know that all too well. There's actually a $300 one down at Costco that would do it. You can burn out mixers making divinity and also nougat. Yeah, we've fried a few. Ow. But Walmart made cherry divinity ones years ago and never made it since. And that's all I ever want every year now. And they never make it. Blueberry divinity would be awesome too. Ooh. But for Christmas, cherry divinity would be the end all for me. Sam tried to make some before last year she made it, but it didn't poof. It turned into flat discs, which were still good. I ate them all, except for the ones that my son left in the oven and burnt. But I still ate those too, so it tasted good. It just wasn't fluffy. So it was like cherry divinity chips discs. They were flat. They were good. They were flat. Something with the bite-sized thing. I got a mini muffin pan. Awesome. Yeah, I've got, I don't know if I wouldn't call it a mini muffin pan. More of a I guess it's a mini muffin silicone pan thing. They just pop right out. It's a bit harder to find them mini muffin papers, but they're out there. I don't, I don't think I ever used papers. I just pop it right out of it. Love blueberries. Me too. I'm a big blueberry fan. Blueberry wine, blueberry muffins, blueberries. I got blueberries in my fridge right now. Oh yeah, anything blueberry. And I'm a happy camper. Dang it, someone changed it. Oh, she was watching Scrooge. Sam was at work at the airport, and they had Scrooged on the television. I'm like, oh, I'm jealous. That's one of my favorite Christmas shows. Love Scrooged. But she just sent me back that someone changed the channel. Like bastards. Alrighty, so we're going to give it about 5 more minutes. We're going to talk about blogging and vlogging. Something I've done quite a bit of both. I was Betty Crocker last night making sugar crust cherry pie cookies. Yeah, look at you go. Sugar crust cherry pie. Big cherry pie fan too. Yeah, cherry and blueberry pies. I would prefer those over pumpkin any day. Pumpkin's not too bad, but I prefer the fruits. Like my brother's cherry pie that he made out of his own cherries in his yard. A little overcooked, a little crispy around the edges, but it tasted great. So that'd be my brother Clint. Didn't put the tinfoil on top of it, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Hey, Ron, how's it going, buddy? I can't remember if I said hi, but there you go. I just did. And for those of you who are just joining us, this is Fireball's Holiday Nog is what they call it. It's eggnog, but with extra cinnamon. And then I poured some Fireball in it. So it's really cinnamony. So it's good stuff. I love eggnog. Oh, but let's see. I spent a lot of time this week trying to figure out why my videos aren't getting credit for views and watch time while on my website, but Green Geeks are. And as far as I can tell, something YouTube thinks that visits to my site are fraudulent and shouldn't count. And I have no idea how to fix it. So I don't get credit for the views on my website. Oh well. Oh, I got an offer from URL Link Publishing to republish Crest holders. I turned them down. URL Link. I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to look that one up. You know what? Since we have a few minutes before I start, let's look that up. It's relevant. I don't know where my chat went. There it is. Okay, URL link. Gotta be careful with a lot of them out there that say they're publishing houses, but look more like trying to rip people off. Well, let's see. According to the Better Business Bureau, there's no page. That's a server error. The BBB is having issues. Either that or they don't exist. Yeah. Let's see. Book marketing firm. Doing good. What happened, Angela? I did some research and found that they'd be worse than Tate. Not a lot of votes on Facebook, so those could be faked easy. There's some bestsellers that are under URL link. And this is off of Publishers Weekly. Oh, that's just doesn't say anything about being a bestseller though. It's just a book that has URL link print media on it. They got a. I don't think I have a LinkedIn. Well, I guess Tate had all that shit too. So. Oh, here we go. Goodreads. Looks like somebody was talking about him on Goodreads. Oh, second of all, if this company contact you, run away, far away. So I don't know. I was thinking about doing Ingram Spark, but I need $50 for that. I don't know. Yeah. They have horrible reviews. On what? Because I haven't seen anything horrible about him yet. No, a lot of people don't really like. They even have a YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel with 10 subscribers, and their videos were 2 years ago. They haven't done shit since. And their videos don't even look like they're related to books. No, a couple of them are. There's one with Denise McIntyre. Not sure what all those are. Bunch of 6-second, 15-second, 22-second videos. 2 years ago. 3 views. Woo! Hopefully that's not their marketing campaign. Otherwise they did a piss poor job. I'm back with smoking bong rips while taking a break from writing Blood and Guts. They have a few successful stories through Penguin and HarperCollins, but they got more bad reviews than anything. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. You don't want to get yourself screwed into another Tate situation. But it looks like everybody on Goodreads is way against them. But it looks like they're against everybody, though. Writer beware industry. Yeah, well, that's why I prefer to go through Amazon, and I'm going to publish. My next step is going to be uploading it to Barnes & Noble. And then I'm going to be contacting Barnes & Noble and find out what are the requirements of getting printed in their stores. That was one of the things that's on their website, so I'm pretty excited to give that a shot and do some videos on it. So, I mean, that'd be awesome, right? Going into Barnes & Noble and seeing my book. That'd be cool. So I'm going to find out what that's all about. So, my horror shorts are on fire lately. Holy hell! I'm not sure how I keep coming up with them. Yeah, I came up with a whole bunch just waiting a little bit ago. Mostly inspired by people I know. Oh, they also have a couple of lawsuits on them right now too. Oh, okay. Well, lawsuits are good enough. Veer away. Hey, KDC's here. Pretty early for you. I've got like 30 shorts now. A few are still in outline form, but I've got several done, having beta readers give me opinions and taking a new direction. Cool. Awesome. Alrighty. Well, should we get started? I guess let me load up my dealie here. I don't know. There we are. And pop. Alrighty. Alrighty. Tonight we're talking about the difference between blogging and vlogging as a writer. Know which one you should put more effort into. Thanks to Neo Soul Writer, who gave me the idea for the topic on Monday. There's actually there's quite a few benefits to either one, blogging and vlogging. And then, see, Samantha says, did you ever get the short story done for Vocal Me? No, I haven't. I haven't even started. I better do that this weekend. I'm going to have, like, no time left. For those of you who don't know, I'm entering in Vocal Media's short story challenge. 25 winners will get $5,000 and their story entered into their book that they publish next year. It needs to be done by the 29th, which gives me 12 days. But it's only 4,000 words. I can do 4,000 words in a weekend. I better do it. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time. Anywho, blogging and vlogging, there's benefits to both. There's drawbacks to them as well. But with let's start with the benefits of blogging, having a blog. A website is a great base of operations for everything else because you can easily connect social media to it. For instance, I can publish anything from WriterSanctuary, and I use Jetpack's Publicize tool built into WordPress, where all I have to do is write what I want on social media, whatever's, and I've connected Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. As soon as I hit publish, boom, it goes to all of them. I don't even have to open up any of those websites. It automatically gets posted to Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So it's great as a base of operation. You can also set up your contact form. Like I use WP Forms, the free version, and I'm able to add the contact form, which people often use. I've been contacted a lot recently about adding stuff to my website, but I know my value and people want to try to rip me off. I'm not going to just accept anything. They asked me what my prices were. I told them. So, if I have to write your shit, it's 25 cents a word. But if you have something done, I'll post it on my site for $120. So, and I've had a few people pay it. So, a lot of people don't. It's because they're trying to get everything in they can out of you. That's part of the hard thing about having a contact form is that you're going to get a lot of spam. If you set up, like I use version 2 of Google's, what is it? CAPTCHA. And then I have a Kismet running at the same time, and Honeypot runs with Word WP forms. And with all those combined, it provides quite a bit of protection. I mean, I still get hit periodically from like I keep getting Russian emails, like completely in Russian. I'm like, dude, I can't read that, and I'm too lazy to translate it. So delete. But yeah, the website. Think of your blog as like your base of operations. It's your house. So remember to hit that like button. Yes, Patrick, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. KDC says, stand by your prices, Michael. Absolutely, always. Always know your worth. Because the premise behind any business is to try to get as much as you can without spending a lot of money, which is why everything's imported from China, because they can pay shit wages without having any kind of benefit packages or anything for their employees. So everything's pretty cheap, and which is why most companies go to China for their stuff. That's pretty basic business practice, is what can you get while spending less. But then there's some of us out there who's like, no, I'm not going to undercut myself. I've seen people bid stupid low on writing jobs on places like Fiverr and freelancer.com long time ago when I was on it. And I'm like, at that rate, it's not even worth your time. I would charge however much I would make per hour if I was to write the content per word. It's kind of a convoluted formula, but I know because I keep track of everything in a spreadsheet, I know exactly how long it takes me for a certain number of words to type. And if I made anything less than $15 an hour, I wouldn't take the job. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Moving on. Clients are all over the place. So, but it's great to have a blog up. Mostly like if clients or if a publisher was looking at me, I need to clean mine up a bit, but oh, look, here we go again. Hey, Mary, who's going to beat me to it? Boom. Did I get it? I guess we'll find out. And your drum roll, please. Wow, it even takes my... There we go. I got her. Message deleted by WriterSanctuary. Yeah, don't spam my channel, damn it. Thank you for the watch time, but you don't need to spam it. Anyway, another benefit of blogging, and probably one of the most pertinent, is it's much easier to monetize a blog than it is a YouTube channel. Like, tremendously. With YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time before you're able to collect on AdSense. And we will go into AdSense in a moment. That is not the money maker that you think it might be. With a blog, as long as you have a solid piece of content, I've seen blogs get monetized by AdSense with only one post. I recently did Practically Living Green, and as soon as I wrote 10 posts, I applied it for AdSense, and I was accepted within an hour. Not to mention that there are a slew of ways that you can monetize your website outside of ads. You got affiliate marketing, you sell your own products. There's like there's no limit, really. Especially if you go through self-hosted and run your own website like through WordPress, then you have complete access to do whatever the hell you want, literally. As long as you don't like go against the web host guidelines and start creating some highly questionable content. But as a whole, a blog is a hell of a lot easier to monetize than YouTube. Like right now, I made $4.20, $4.20 yesterday on my blogs, which is kind of cool. Don't really do a lot with them, so if I was to actually put in the time and focus on one website, it would be way farther than it is now. But I can't do that because I'm special. So I have to bounce around a lot. But my point is that you can monetize a blog in a number of ways relatively quickly. For me, creating content on a blog is much easier than doing a YouTube video. And I think a lot of that has to do with how I make the YouTube videos, and I suck when it comes to trying to shoot from the hip or read from a script. There's a reason why I have a lot of jump cuts, because I screw up a lot when making a video. On average, it takes me about 2.5 hours to make just a 4-minute video, and for a blog post that is, well, roughly the same amount of words, it'd be 1,000 words or so, that would take me less than an hour. And I actually usually get more traffic on the blog. So, for me, writing the blog post is hella easier. Angela says, "Lol, you're special, all right?" Yeah. I'm special. I have special needs. But thank you for my sister for calling me out. Yeah, but it's much easier to make content. At least for me. Like I type. I think in my last typing test, I hit 68 words a minute with 100% accuracy. And that was while I was slouching in my chair with a headache. So I do the typingtest.com. It's actually kind of a fun site. There's a lot of games on it that are pretty cool. And let's see, another benefit of blogging is I also find blogging to be easier to write content for. So like with Google, as long as you have a fairly decent grasp of how SEO works and you get the right tools installed on your blog, you can write blog posts that get picked up by Google fairly easily. It takes somewhere between 4, depending on the size of the blog, what and the topic, it can take anywhere from 4 to 8 months to hit number one. But once you do, you're pretty entrenched. It takes a lot. Like right now, my Buy Me a Coffee review is number one in Google and has been there for a year and a half, which is why that one blog post will generate 35% of the traffic to my blog is from that one article. So once you get one in there, it's pretty entrenched. Unlike YouTube, where the methods are similar, but the algorithm for YouTube is much more finicky, really. Like both of them, YouTube and Google will both have their issues that you have to address. But with YouTube, it's a whole different animal. It is such a pain in the ass to get any traction in YouTube. YouTube is geared more towards the bigger creators. For people who are just starting off, it's really difficult to get your foot in the door. But once you do and you start building up momentum, it gets easier. But that initial 6 months, unless you come up with something that's fucking amazing that goes viral and shared all over social media, it takes a while to build that momentum, as opposed to a blog where it's a lot easier. I can't say it's completely easier because you do have to address search intent just like you do on a YouTube video. And I just find it much easier to rank content on a blog than with a YouTube video. Now, but what about the benefits for YouTube? Now, there's a lot of benefits to blogging, but what about a YouTube channel? Well, for one thing, it is far more socially interactive. I get way more comments on YouTube videos, and then the interaction with my live audience on Mondays and Fridays. With a blog, I get maybe 1 or 2 comments a week, and one of them is from Chris, who's always reading my blogs anyway. He's not here tonight. But it is way more socially, it's more social and interactive on YouTube than it is on a blog. So if that's something that you like, then definitely do videos. Another thing that's a benefit to YouTube is that it's more personable and you're more connected with people who are consuming your content. Like with a blog post, there's no, you don't see who's creating the piece. And so to you, it's mostly just text. I mean, you get to the author bio, but there's really no personal engagement, I guess, personal connection. as opposed to a YouTube video when you see somebody live like I'm doing now. And so people are more, what's the word? We talked about it. I don't know if Sam's still here. We're talking about, when we were talking about Adele earlier, what's the word I used? When the audience is more, you see more, damn it. Oh, it's right there. You're more, that is going to drive me ape shit. Relatable. Thank you. So, when you're talking with an audience or even with the VODs, video on demand, you're more relatable to your audience than you are with a blog. And so, some people can still get that relationship going on, but it's far easier when you're on camera because people can see who you are and how you act and how you behave, and so it's more relatable, which can create a much stronger audience as opposed to a blog. Because a blog, sometimes people get their notifications, they'll read it if you write good stuff. With a YouTube video, people are pretty adamant about consuming regular content. So like most of the people here on Fridays that are here on Mondays, those are my core audience people, like KDC, Neo, Ron, Nat, Patrick, Angela, they're related. Sam, Chris, when he gets here. I mean, I have quite a few that are pretty adamant about watching almost everything I do. And you get way more of that engagement as you would with a blog. And why is people sending me texts now? What'd I do wrong? Oh, okay. I'm not saying that on camera, Patrick, but that was good. Diane is here. Hey, how's it going? But anyway, the whole point of that is that if you're into building that stronger relationship between you and your audience, then definitely YouTube is a much stronger platform for that. YouTube also offers a greater reach for your audience. Now, I kind of talked about this on Monday, where the audience, my top videos are way different than the top articles that are on the blog, even though I write and record quite a bit of the same thing. And like the Buy Me a Coffee review is number one, pounding on the blog. It brings in, no shit, 35% of all the traffic comes from that one post. And on YouTube, that same video is down at the top, I think it's number 9, and it gets maybe half of the views than the blog does. So what people want to consume is different on YouTube, but it's a much broader spectrum of people that you can collect, because YouTube is, well, it's the number 2 website in the world under Google itself. And so you got quite a branch that you can collect on. KDC says, don't forget Russian Babe. She loves watching your videos. Yeah. His bronze alter ego. Let's see. What else do we got? But it also depends on the audience you're trying to reach. Like, the vast majority of the people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel do so because of the text broker videos. And when you search for text broker in YouTube, I am the top creator according to vidIQ and Keywords Everywhere. I haven't made text broker videos in like 2 years, and that's because I outgrew it. And so I'm trying to shift to something else, which I think is what's screwing up my whole algorithm with YouTube. Because now, if you look at all my videos, have sunk in impressions, which means they're not being shown as often. And it's one of those things I was talking about earlier, where YouTube is a finicky bitch. You have to do everything just right in order to ride those algorithms. It's a bit different than Google, but the rewards are, I don't know, the rewards are pretty good. But let's see, another benefit is that videos can be shown in Google search itself. Now, a large portion of my text broker videos are in Google. So if you Google text broker, most of the videos that you'll see are mine. Mostly that's because of a lot of the same SEO techniques that are used in a blog are also used on YouTube. So like your titles, your descriptions, the content that you're talking within the video itself. I know for a fact that Google does scan through, or either Google or YouTube does scan through the content that you create with your voice. It goes through all the words and translations and will put those into search. So I did a few experiments and found out that, yeah, that's fairly accurate. So your videos can show up in Google as well. So there's two ways you can connect to an audience, not just on YouTube itself. You can go from YouTube, and you can also hit Google search if you have some good videos. And probably one of the most prominent of YouTube is that Ron says Russian babe has returned to Russia. She said Putin needs all operatives in Russia. War with Ukraine. Anyway, the most prominent benefit to YouTube is it's free to get started. With YouTube, essentially you can get started with your phone. Most phones nowadays have a decent camera. You can do shorts on them. You can do, like Chris does all of his videos on his phone. You don't need an expensive camera. I've got a 4K webcam. That's why I'm always in front of my desk. But it doesn't really cost anything to get started on YouTube. As opposed to if you buy and build your own blog, then you're going to be spending... If I was to take WriterSanctuary right now and convert all of its costs, I spend $106 for 3 years at a time. Well, that's a lie. 106 plus I'll say $20 for the URL or for the domain. So 126. It's a little bit less than that because it's not $20, but you get the picture. For about $120 for 3 years. So, and blogs bring in, even though I don't really do a lot with them, the AdSense alone pays for the web hosting. So I don't lose anything. But that's aside from the point. God, I just kind of go off on tangents, don't I? Okay, so YouTube is free to start. Technically, you can start a free blog as well, but free blogs aren't necessarily crawled by Google as often, and they don't look as professional when you hand them out to like clients or when you're trying to use one as an author. If you go to michaelbrockbank.wordpress.com, it doesn't really have the same to it, you know? That's why I prefer to own my own websites. And it's not really all that expensive. So, especially if you do it all yourself. But YouTube is completely free to start. So, and you're not you're restricted by when you can monetize, but it's not like free blogging platforms. So, before I confuse the shit out of everybody, those are the benefits of YouTube. Personally, between the two, I say do both. Use the blog as a base of operations because you can send traffic back and forth from YouTube and the blog. Like, when it comes to... Oh, my screen just went black. When it comes to... what was I saying? Oh, now I'm like sidetracked. I'm still alive. Right? When it comes to getting referral traffic to the blog, YouTube brings in more people back to WriterSanctuary's WriterSanctuary.com than Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Instagram combined. So that's how much traffic I get from YouTube. And then a vast majority of the people, I can't say vast majority, but a lot of people going to the blog also get linked back to the YouTube channel. Now, before I was getting credit with those people watching my videos on my website, but YouTube in its infinite wisdom back in February shit canned that. So now I don't get credit for any of those video watches, which is kind of crap, but especially since Green Geeks does, and I don't know why. Bastards. Probably because they're a brand and I'm not. Even though I have almost 3 times the subscribers. Whatever. Anyway, my point is that I send people from the blog to the YouTube channel who wind up subscribing. So it's kind of you build a network. And when you start with a blog, you can build a vast network across social media. And you can send people back and forth all over the place. So let's see. KDC says, do you recommend writing blogs on other people's domains? Some people do that to gain traction and have a portfolio of work. A lot of people will write on other people's domains for if they use your name as the author, then that gets crawled in Google. Back in the day when you got authorship, something Google got rid of, you could appear as the author of whatever piece of content was out there, but your name is still searchable. Like if you put in my name right now, you'll find a ton of articles that I've done on Green Geeks and all the other websites I own. But a lot of people, you do that for doing a guest blog to get a backlink back to their website anyway, so it improves your domain authority, providing the one you write for is decent. Like if you go to a brand new blog and write a post for them and the link back to your website, it's not going to really help you any, because that's a brand new website that hasn't had a lot of traction in Google, and their domain authority is going to be virtually non-existent. So you want to write for websites that are quite popular and link back. But yeah, if I recommend writing as much as you can, write on Vocal Media, write on Medium. Medium's a good one because Medium gets crawled by Google on a regular basis. Write on Hub Pages, write on Bob's blog, whatever, anything to get your name out there. Get it out as much as you can. So KDC says, plus you don't have to pay for hosting. That's right if you're with YouTube. And if you hit 100 subscribers, you can give your channel a URL. Like mine is youtube.com/WriterSanctuary. So it does look more professional, and it's glamour. But you're right. With YouTube, you don't have to pay for hosting. So that is a definite bonus. But the reason why I say do both is because it gives you a chance to engage readers and viewers simultaneously. Right now, I get about the same number of views as I do visitors on the blog. Google changed its algorithm again back in December, and I've been trying to figure out why since. But anyway, the point is that I get about roughly the same amount of traffic to both. And about 90% of it is people who don't read or watch the content on the other platforms. So like I have a bunch of people on YouTube who don't read the blogs. I have a bunch of people who go to the blogs who don't watch the videos. And I'm good because I can connect to them both. I'm all about pimping myself out. And a good thing here, as I know there's a couple people out there, like especially with Nat, who don't want to be on camera to build a YouTube channel. You don't have to be on camera. In fact, I follow and watch a lot of videos from people or creators who go out of their way so you never see what they look like top fives. Now, top fives, you never ever see his face, even on social media. He goes to great lengths to hide who he is. Gundam, it's a Gundam. I don't know what he looks like. Sid Alpha sometimes is on camera, but not very often. Most of his is just overlay of B-roll. So you don't have to be on camera to make a decent video. In fact, there's a Doodly or something like that where it does a hand drawing while you're talking. And I'm thinking about trying it just because it'll give me content. But you can have pictures drawn while you're talking about a topic. You can do various clips of B-roll to accent points, or maybe screenshots of news articles, whatever. There's all kinds of ways you can make a video without actually being on camera. And I'm going to try a couple of those next year, mostly because I want to try reading a script and see how it does, the impact on the algorithm, both for YouTube and for Google. Because I'm going to write it specifically for Google, like it's a blog post, but I'm going to record it on YouTube and see what happens. But that's my point, is that you don't have to be on camera to make YouTube a success. And some of these people have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and some of them make, can't say bank, but they make quite a bit. So Kitty C says, I mean, writing blogs on someone else's domain? Yeah, you don't need to pay a hosting fee if you guest post on someone else's website. That's true, but then where are they going to go? Like, you get your name out there, but what about after that? How do they contact you? Do you have a contact form? If so, what website's that on? That's my point, is that you can write all you want and get your name out there, but if there's no breadcrumb trail to follow back to how to contact you or to buy your stuff or to buy your book or anything like that, then you're really kind of a wasted opportunity. Personally, I prefer setting up a domain and then having it linked back so that people could follow if they were interested in who I was and wanted to know more. Then they go back to my website and they can learn everything they want about me. But as for just writing an article and putting your name on it, that's good. But like I said, where do they go from there? They're not going to have a phone number, or they're not going to snail mail you if you put your address on it. So, yeah, gotta lead them somewhere. At that rate, you could probably link to your, like if you had a Vocal or Medium account. God, that'd be kind of convoluted though. It could work, but I would prefer to have my own website. So when you're doing both, the way to create content is similar. Now we kind of talked about this before, for blogs and vlogs when they're broken down, because both will rely on title. They're both going to rely on, let's see, a blog relies on the text of the post, while your video is more about what you say. The description in your video is related to SEO, as the meta description is kind of important, but not nearly as much as it used to be for search results. But you really don't need it the same way anymore. But you're still trying to engage an audience, trying to meet search intent, and so both types of content are similar in their base elements. Now, the delivery methods are going to be vastly different, especially if you're throwing in cool special effects and whatnots in your videos. You can't really do that on the blog. So the types of audience are a bit different, but the way you build content is, at its base level, the same. Yeah, it just, one's in front of a camera, the other one's on text. And you can easily create content from one platform for the other. So like, you can easily turn any YouTube video into a blog post. You can turn any blog post into a video. I do this a lot, actually. A lot of the videos I have on YouTube came from my blog, and a lot of the blog posts I've written since 2018, a lot of them have come from the YouTube channel. So it's kind of a mixed bag. So while I'm coming up with ideas for one, I usually get ideas for the other. So it's not nearly as difficult when you have both going at the same time. Now, time is where it's a different, because like I said before, it only takes me an hour and a half to 2 hours to write a blog post, whereas it could take anywhere from 2.5 hours, and I spent 6 hours creating that video that didn't do well at all. And its blog counterpart got like 4 times the traffic for that same video, which is kind of bullshit, because I spent 6 hours writing it, or creating that video. But yeah, so there's where that's at. I would say do both, because there's quite a bit of benefits for either one. But anyway, so as a writer, what platform are you more likely to dump time into? That's me asking you. Personally, next year I am dumping the same amount of time into both YouTube and the blog. So I want to do 3 posts a week 3 videos a week on top of their live streams. And I set up my schedule to where I can do that. So I am running a study. I'm going to see if I can do it throughout the entire year. I want to see which one grows faster. So that's going to be a lot of cool. If I can maintain it, I'm going to have to like probably start it week at a time. Like do it for a week and then see if I can do it for another week. Because if I say I'm going to do 51 weeks is what we have for working weeks next year, that would be 153 blog posts and 153 videos. I don't know if I can do that. I'm going to try, but that's a lot of effort. And that's on top of writing 360,000 words for my books this year. So, and that post is coming out on the 1st. But I want to do both. I want to keep doing both. I love doing both. I love to write, but I also love doing the videos because you guys are awesome. But I guess no one else is listening. That wasn't rhetorical. I was actually asking which one you guys would be more likely to do. So what happened is that everybody's like, they say they're watching, but I'm in the background. They're doing other shit. It's all good. Not exactly riveting topic for a lot of people, but you know, I find it interesting actually. Like when I look through the data for blogs and YouTube, it's kind of cool to see how so much of it is relatable to each other. It's Google owns both, so obviously they're going to have a lot of overlap. But it's really interesting to see how one post will affect Google's search results and on a blog, as opposed to the same video performing on YouTube. And I even put in the same shit. In fact, I think the video was way better. So I have no idea why the video doesn't do nearly as good as a blog post. Type of audience. Neo says, I am camera shy. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have a camera on. You can do the whole thing with B-roll in the background. Like, let's see, Sid Alpha. Here's a good one. God, most of them are gaming ones, though, that I watch. Sid Alpha, It's a Gundam, and Legacy Killa they're all gamers, but they do a lot of journalistic stuff and report on news or game news and stuff. And you don't even see their face. All you doing is watching them play a game while they're talking about stuff, usually about the game that they're talking about. So you don't even have to be on camera. I thought about doing a YouTube channel, but I have a problem with what I am going to talk about. Well, start with I guess for me it was kind of easy because I was using WriterSanctuary, and that's when I first started doing WriterSanctuary. The YouTube channel is that I was pulling all the articles off of its blog and making them a video. So it really depends on what you want to base your channel on. Both blogs and vlogs excel at niche sites. So like with WriterSanctuary, I try to focus on everything that's writing related. So that's blogging, self-publishing, text broker, content mills, freelance writing, stuff like that. But if you wanted to make a vlog about diet foods, do recipes, show people how to make stuff, or even talk about other people's recipes off camera and just have B-roll going. There's all kinds of ways you can do it. Lol, I can't write. Yeah, Sam, I don't know, you didn't do too bad that last article. I had to fix quite a bit of it, but it wasn't like jacked up like normal. So you're learning. Neil says, KDC says, I thought about, I'm not going to lie. I was writing content while you were talking about writing content. See, I was just on in the background as white noise. Well, as long as YouTube gives me credit for the view, I guess I'm okay. That whole not letting me get my videos from my website really bothers me. That's missing like 3 hours of watch time a day. Oh well. Are you going to do anything in KDP in 2020? Oh, I'm going to do a lot of stuff in KDP in 2022. Actually, it is my year of the. I've dubbed it. I don't know if you follow michaelbrockbait.com, but I wrote about 2022 is the year of the book. I plan on writing 360,000 words minimum next year for all. Let's see, that's going to be 3 books worth. So I'm going to be doing Kingmaker and KDP, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with 7 yet. I'm going to redo 7, and then I'm going to continue with the Kingmaker series because that's going to be a series of books. I'm not sure what to call it quite yet, but getting almost halfway through Kingmaker, I realized that there's going to be a lot more to the story. So that's going to be a series on Kindle Direct Publishing, but I'm also going to publish it through Barnes & Noble, and I'm going to play around with Ingram Spark, and there's a couple other ones that I wanted to play around with too. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in KDP this year. Neo says, I am phone shy. You're phone shy. Well, no. If nobody has a computer, like with a computer, all I have to do with B-roll is just throw any video up. Like I can record myself playing a game and then do talk about stuff on the background. I'm thinking about doing that for one of my videos next week to demonstrate how you can do it. And I don't know how well it's going to do because I'm thinking about playing Diablo 3 while I'm talking about writing. So I don't know if it's going to be. It's like a disconnect. I don't know. We'll have to play around with it. It's going to do terrible. I'm going to lose subscribers. But it's an experiment. And when it comes to YouTube or with the blog, sometimes it's best to experiment. Throw a bunch of shit against the wall and see what sticks. Where's Diana at? She's not talking today? Nope, she wasn't. She probably has me running in the background and making dinner or something. I know I'm going to have to figure something out with YouTube. I mean, don't feel forced. I enjoy doing YouTube. I've been doing it for, September of 2018. So 3 years, and I'm still not monetized. Part of that's my fault, though. I don't create videos nearly as often as I did before, which I want to get back into starting next week. And having to... the writing niche is quite narrow. And so it's a lot easier for something like gaming or health and fitness to take off faster because not a lot of people come to YouTube for writing content. There's an audience there for it. There's still people getting subscribers and viewers and shit, but it's a very narrow niche. And so you have to go into it with the idea that you're not doing it to make money. You're doing it to help people. That's why I built the channel in the first place. Yeah, it'd be nice if I got paid for it, but it is what it is. I rather enjoy creating stuff that people can they get more out of it. I get more of a thrill out of helping than I would out of money. Besides, AdSense doesn't pay you for shit. At least the blog version of AdSense doesn't. That's a whole nother animal. Plus, I could talk about the drawbacks of everything. Like right now, I'm trying to fix WriterSanctuary has a bad longest contentful paint problem, which is a key metric for mobile users. What that means is that my website is too slow for mobile devices. So I went through all the coding, and the things it's flagging me for are shit that comes from Google. So you're telling me your own AdSense and Google Analytics and Tag Manager, tools that Google gives you freely and wants you to use, but they're going to tag you for it for using it because it slows your website down. Really? God, Google and YouTube are a match made in hell. They are so much alike when it comes to not giving a shit about the stuff that's broke, but let's fix the fancier stuff. Whatever. When I tell people I write for a living, they immediately think I'm an author. That's why I started telling everybody I'm a freelance writer. Now on my profiles, I say freelance writer and published author. Because I can. But yeah, I don't think I ever. Oh, no, 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 I have. There's been a few people that come to YouTube and ask me where they can find my stuff that I've published. And this was before I published Freelancer's Tale. In fact, it was on during a podcast a couple of weeks ago where somebody was asking. So yeah, as a freelance writer, there's been times where people would say think I was a published author. Now I am, so it's easy to say. Link is in the description down below. It takes you to my KDP page or my Amazon page for being an author on Amazon. I was going somewhere with that and I lost it. But I'm also going to be building one for Barnes and Noble, and not sure if there's any more that I really, really want to put any effort into. But it's there. Um, let's see, Michael, a promo I did for my KDP book failed miserably. Want the name of the site I used? Uh, you know what? Sure. Ron, give me that. I will check them out, and I will I'll check them out, and it gives me content. I will write a review, but I'm gonna have to base my review on my own experience. So if I have a good experience, then that's how it's gonna come out. But I will definitely check it out. Oh yeah, let them let them think you're an author. Technically, you are. Even on WordPress, when you scroll down to the bottom of who wrote the article, it says author. So they're not wrong. Your average Joe doesn't know the various avenues of writing. Yeah, it's true. Because you got all kinds of things. You can even break down freelance writing, because there's some people that specialize in copywriting as opposed to blogging, which is completely different. Then you have people who do, let's see, a ebook is different than the other two. I guess obviously, I was thinking more in terms of, I know a lot of businesses that write ebooks for the customers on how to use their products. In fact, I've written a few of those. In fact, I did one for Green Geeks. It was only like 3,600 words, so a really long blog post. It came out pretty good though. So that's what I'm talking about, ebook, as opposed to what I wrote, which is 147 pages. So, or ebook was 124. The printed copy was 147. That's what it was. But yeah, there's all kinds of different ways you can split up writing. I said I wanted to be an English major. They asked if I was going to be a teacher's. When I said no, they asked what else can I do with an English degree. Well, an English degree would look good if you're if you're writing speeches, or because speechwriter can make quite a bit of money. I'm trying to think if it's something else you can use an English degree. I don't have one. I went to school for graphic design. I just love writing. An English degree would look good. See, I obviously tried a book, but I'm trying to think of any job I've ever had where I needed an English degree. It still looks good on a resume for certain jobs. God, I can't think of any. Most of my jobs were data entry though, so yeah, and owning my own companies. But an English major isn't needed when you own a liquor store. And even though it was like a little small closet liquor store out in the middle of nowhere, it was still a lot of fun to run. That's where I fell in love with Drambuie. But anyway, but yeah, if you have an English, if you're an English major, then I bet there's all kinds of cool videos you can make for teaching people. Well, I guess you don't want to be a teacher, but for helping people along in writing and stuff. So, see, you would probably be way better with a blog. I would still do videos, but which is funny because I'm an introvert, and it's when it comes to camera, I'm way different. Well, no, I guess not anymore. Like back in the day, I could say that, but nowadays, I don't think I am. I'm pretty approachable in social settings too. So I don't know. Translator, maybe. There you go. Well, you'd also have to know the language you're translating, though. Like you can be, and even then, see, you'd be teaching again. Wow. There's not a lot of jobs I could think of that would use an English major outside of teaching or writing. But if you learned a lot, well, in your English classes, go for it. I watched videos on English just to brush up on grammar and punctuation rules and structure and whatnot. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying, Neo. But that's again going with teaching that she doesn't want to do. But I say go for it. Like, and even then, you don't even have to be on camera. If you have a computer, you just set up examples of what you're trying to teach. Like here's a good one, comma usage, or the difference between written and wrote, which I figured out. I was going to do a skit about it, but now that I read up on it, I'm like, it's kind of a dumb one. It was going to be a funny one, but when you should use there, and there, that's a common one that everybody needs to watch. Okay, guys, I have to go work my flight now. Have a good night. Good night, Sam. Drive safely. But yeah, Nat has a good thing. Teach more of the stuff you learned. Like with one of my biggest issue was comma usage. But you can dive into all kinds of stuff with that if you can find a way to be comfortable on camera, or do like I said, if you had a computer, you could just do B-roll and don't be on camera at all. Just use your voice. But I don't know what kind of a setup you have, so it could be just on a phone. Should be able to do B-roll on a phone, though. Be a little bit different. Like with mine, I record, like when I use B-roll or stuff that I do on the web, I use OBS, and I record it and use that as B-roll, and then import it into Premiere when I do the videos. You should be able to do something similar. Now, they probably hired a lot of English majors to help with Grammarly. Oh, I bet. Grammarly, Pro Writing Aid. There's two others that are fairly popular that I can't think of offhand. But yeah, developers. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure they did KDC. I'm sure they didn't go look it on the street for some guy. Can you spell your name? You're hired. How dumb is he? Let's put it this way. He spelled his name with a 6. Ron is not going to give me the site that he used. I said I wanted it. But, you stick with, when it comes to, why does my computer keep going, my monitors keep going to sleep? It's not detecting that I have activity going. Pissing me off. I was going somewhere and I fucking lost where I was going. When you're picking between a blog or YouTube channel, Neo, pick whatever you're comfortable with. Because if you're not comfortable creating the content, it's going to come through in what you produce, and it's going to be low quality. If you don't have faith in what you're doing or have an idea on how you're trying to present yourself, you can. Not everybody's perfect their first time out, but if it's too much, then stick with the blog. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying they both have their benefits. You entered it above, it didn't show up. So YouTube probably squicked it. Oh well. What's the name of it? Nope, put in the link, just the name of the company. I've seen some people making a good living proofreading resumes. Yes, there's a lot of resume proofreaders out there. A lot of proofreaders for essays as well. Don't get them started on resumes. Yeah, there's a lot of people that see, and I wasn't going to go there until Angela brought it up. Ooh. Atticus is going to add a dictation function to their software. Cool. I don't think I'd ever use it, but cool. Atticus is one of the ones I will be reviewing next year. Same with Vellum and Scrivener and anything else I come across. Although you should have heard the interview I had the other day. Oh, really? Did he come in and you ask him, what are your qualifications? Did he do this here? That's when you tell him, get out. You know, a little water might help that thing grow. See, it's not showing it. What is the... I wonder why it's not showing it. You're not putting it in as a link, are you? Like, don't put the .com, just the company name. I don't know. See, this is what I'm talking about. YouTube is such a finicky bitch. I don't even have... The only thing I have turned off are links. And that's because when I first started the channel, I was getting bombarded by links. And so I'm like, no, we're done with that. And so I don't know why it's like getting rid of everybody's comments and shit. Asked him why he chose the gym. He said it looked cool. No, I got a better one. So when I was much, much younger, I applied at ADT. And I was going to be inbound call person for ADT. And they asked me why I would fit in to working a job when I'm dealing with proprietary data and an NDA because you can't share information. And I said, well, I got the background at the IRS because I worked at the IRS for 6 years as an agent. And then I proceeded to tell them, now mind you, I was fucking tired at this time, that I'm also incredibly nosy and I like to mess with people's data. As soon as that came out of my mouth, I'm like, that was it. I was so tired that day. I didn't want to work for them anyway. Not mess with people. Not mess with people's data, but just, I'm a nosy person and I like to know people's data is what it was. But it was bad enough. Asked him what about the position he applied for excited him. He said, sounds cool. Asked him what about the position he applied for excited him. He said, sounds cool. Booktweeters.com. All right. Well, that right there is probably why I would never use them. A business name goes a long way.com. All right, I'll check them out. Asked what about helping people with their fitness goals drives him. He said that it seemed cool to be a part of it. So I walked him out the door. KDC says, I love my new place, Michael. I set my writing desk in front of a huge window. I can look out this window and see the entire apartment complex from above. Nice. Cool. So now you're the apartment complex gargoyle. Hunched over, waiting for people to walk by. Hey, she didn't pick up her dog's shit. Yeah. But that's cool that you love your place, though. I love mine. I love my house. But yeah, there's been times where I really... Like, I looked at a lot of apartments when I first moved back to Denver. And there were quite a few apartment complexes that I really wanted to live in. They were nice. They didn't look trashy. There was no cockroaches. That's a selling point. But, I moved in with Dan in Westminster. I liked that house. It wasn't too bad. This house is way bigger, though. We're like twice the square footage now, which is good because he has the entire basement and I have the entire upstairs. So we kind of turned it into a duplex. But the entire house is built with cement, brick, and steel. So I can't hear anything downstairs. He can't hear anything up here. I can park a car in my living room. It used to be an Air Force base. It's a bomb shelter. So these houses were built to last. But I have a pretty big backyard. Live maybe 5 minutes from the pond, so I can walk around it. I love the house, yeah. Wish I was closer to Denver, so I had more things around me. Like if I wanted to go to the bar or go hang out and do fun stuff, and I wanted to take an Uber, it cost me like $50. But I could probably just walk over to the light rail and take the light rail into town. Yeah, anyway, I would prefer a house over an apartment any day. One day I'll get a house like you, Michael. Yeah, probably. You're doing good. You're rocking it, so I bet it won't be very long at all. You keep it up. Me being jealous. Not really. I don't really get jealous. I like what I have. I appreciate what I have, and I'm happy. That's all that matters. As long as you're happy, it doesn't matter what you do. But yeah, Angela's, it looks cool. Because it's cool. He was probably like early 20s too, huh? I bet it was like 19. I want to work at a gym so I can look at all the hot chicks. I bet that's what he was thinking too. Well, just got to remind those guys, they don't all start out as hot chicks. Everybody starts from somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it for the discussionary stuff. Everybody's like quiet. What is it with Friday nights? Like everybody's all talkative and shit, and then I do the podcast portion, and then everybody shuts up, and then I can't get you guys back because you're too busy doing stuff in the background. He was 21. Huh? See? Thought so. Early 20s. That's probably his mindset too. He wanted to work at the gym so that he would have an opportunity to stare at hot chicks all day. And get paid for it. As opposed to going home and watching Pornhub. Where he's not getting paid for it. And wore a beanie to the interview. What? God. Really? Don't, for the love of God, people, don't wear a beanie to a fucking interview. You know what you wear to an interview? Your best. It doesn't matter if you're going to a gym and the CEO is there wearing a bathing suit. You dress as best as you can. You don't have to go to every interview with a suit and a tie, but you don't walk in with a fucking beanie. Did you have a beard too and a man bun? Fuck, that shit pisses me off. Anyway. About to go on a rant over people wearing beanies. $50 says he had a man bun under that beanie. What the fuck is wrong with millennials and like, what is it, generation whatever? Z? Y? Z? Y? Y? I think Arabeth is Z. I don't know. Everything after Generation X just kind of sucks. I said it. But come on, people. You don't. Something else too. Like when I took over the position I'm working now, the person before me said that she couldn't get hardly anybody on Fiverr to work for DAM to write content without holding the review for the client as hostage, and they would release it, or they would give them a good review if they gave them 5 stars, or there was something where they can hold them hostage. Like, that is bullshit. I'm gonna give you 1 just for bringing that up. I worked in a gym. If you interview at 1, dress for an interview, not for a workout. There, see, even that. Yeah, I'm telling you. You wear your best. You don't put on a beanie and walk in with... Was he wearing sandals? Flip-flops. That's what they're called. Back in the day, you used to call it thongs, but then they started calling underwear thongs, so they had to change it. Now they're flip-flops. I think he might be my generation. Did you wear a beanie to your interview, KTC? I was so pissed from the moment he walked in. Yeah, I'm telling you that, yeah. I wouldn't even... I'd ask him, the pool's over there. I'm here for an interview. No, you're not. But I'm a dick. I know exactly what I'm going for, too, so ask my writers. I'm an awesome guy to work for, but if you do stupid shit, I'm going to let you know. Huge mistake I've seen lots of idiots make. Don't go to any interview you can't dress for, period. I'm old school. You want the part, look the part. Exactly. That's why even when I work from home, I rarely ever work in my pajamas. Why? Because it makes me feel more professional to get dressed up. I even put on cologne and deodorant. I'm here by myself. I'm not here to impress anybody. Why the hell would I wear cologne? It makes me feel good. So if I feel the part, I am far more professional. My mind is set. This is work time. So that's how I roll. I wore a pair of basketball shorts and sleeveless shirt of mine for the government. Well, I saw so many people doing that at the IRS. Like, man, we hire some of the trashiest people. I'm not saying you're trashy, Patrick. Love you. That includes writers who want to be taken seriously, act professional, put out content that shows you're serious. Yep, exactly. I had one the other day who seemed like he'd be awesome, but he wore holy pants all the way up to his thighs and a backward ball cap, so I showed him the door. Then I'm like, we need... I was going somewhere with that too, and it was going to be awesome, and I just fucking lost it. Oh well. I got the gym jobs every time because I wore a suit, as in a suit made and tailored for a woman. I love women in suits. Yes, women in suits is hot. I've got a few jacket pants, jacket shirt. It's not even that hard for women. I have more styles and colors of suits than men. Well, yeah, I can see that. I don't own a single suit. But I always went in, like to my interviews, I wore the button up. Let's see, I have a white shirt and a black shirt. Depends on where I was going and what I was wearing. That's my outfit. Button up shirt, long sleeves. I used to have a ton of different pairs of slacks. Now I've lost so much weight that I have to throw most of them away. I've only worn one of them like twice. But, I met up with people one time that I need to get the job, and I've been doing it ever since. So I really didn't need the slacks because I'm not going to wear slacks at home. I'll wear my shirts. I probably don't look like ultimate professional, but that's who I am. Technically, I'm the owner of my own business. I was at home for my interview. Hey. People don't understand what business casual means these days. It's not casual, not the word business in there. Yeah. Like for me, I used to have this amazing black shirt that did all the way up to my neck. And I'd wear it with either the slacks or the jeans. God, it looked awesome in it. That shirt got stained by bleach, and then I wore it so often it just got messed up. Eventually I had to throw it away. But yeah, there's such a thing as at least dressing decent. You don't go in wearing a beanie or a baseball cap backwards. Like, this isn't Walmart. This isn't McDonald's. And even then, I don't think I ever went to an interview dressed like that. Ever. And I worked at some shit jobs. I don't know. Grr, people upset me. So it's either people dressing in beanies or jacking up their resume. At least I got past the resume part, I guess. Still. It's a pain in the ass being a manager. If she got a black suit, red tie, and red lipstick, I'm going to have to snipe her down. What? Would nice slacks and a nice shirt be business casual? I would think so. Slacks is always a good bet for business. Anything business related. But it depends on the shirt. Like if you wear slacks and a nice fuck you shirt, probably not. And I have been given shit for my Hawaiian shirts before, being too loud and colorful. So it depends on the shirt. If a shirt was collared, yes, yeah. But like I said, not very many though. I've only had one negative comment on my Hawaiian shirt. Oh no, there was a business that wouldn't let me wear them. God, that was years ago. That was like 20 years ago. I can't remember who it was. But they absolutely forbade me to wear my Hawaiian shirts. So I had plain colored shirts that I wore, but I hated it. Ugh. I only worked there for like a month. Maybe a little bit longer than a month. It wasn't very long though. And it wasn't just the shirts. The company didn't like the company, so when I had my second interview for the base, I cut my 18-inch mohawk off. Yeah, that was a sad day. Well, yeah. It was a good choice though, probably. Because I know that as a hiring manager, I wouldn't take anybody serious who came in with a mohawk or spiked hair. I've seen that when people have their hair out and fucking long ass spikes. This isn't a punk rock band, man. It's a job. You're going to be facing public, and this is not a punk rock facility. So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't think I ever had to cut my hair though. Yeah. Oh, I actually don't have a lot of bad dressing experiences except for that one about the Hawaiian shirt. Usually I use enough common sense to dress up. And like I said, I don't get like suit and ties sitting here working, but I do get dressed. I throw on some of my nicer, like this is my favorite Hawaiian shirt, or one of them anyway. Mostly because it's big and it fits well. And I do put on deodorant and I do put on cologne almost every day. Because I like to feel like a professional while I'm sitting here working, even though most of it is working for me. Like even for the YouTube videos, I get all spiffed up. Nobody can smell me through camera, but I can smell me while I'm recording. So it was a good thing. I just miss it. Well, it happens. I don't think I've ever had a mohawk. Never really wanted one. I'm kind of boring though. Like I pierced my, is it this one or this one? It was this one. I pierced my ear once. I had a blue diamond in it. A real diamond. I lost the diamond never use another earring ever again, because it was the whole reason why I pierced my ear was for that fucking diamond. Lost it. Don't care no more. His hair was so long. Mine used to reach down past the middle of my back, but I bet his isn't naturally curly. I had to put 3 things of rubber bands in my hair just to keep it from frizzing everywhere. And then when I moved up here, I had the hot barber chick tell me that if I wanted companies to take me seriously, that I should cut my hair. And we all know how that story went. And so I let her cut it. So, and it's been short ever since. I always wore slacks and a shirt. That was my go-to outfit for work. Well, as long as that works for you. And again, it really depends on where you're working. Let me bang. Bam, there we go. I never really spiked it, just had long hair. Well, still. I know a lot of people that get attached to things like that, like their mohawks, or one kid I went to school with had a rat tail, and he had it through half of his 20s. I'm like, that was kind of a high school kid thing. Why do you still have a rat tail? You got mom's fro? Yeah. Of epic proportions. It's bad. Like, if it gets any longer than this, it starts waving out really bad, and then it just... Whoosh. When I was growing up, they used to call me fro boy. Because it would poof. And it would poof badly. All I wanted was a straight, long... I wanted a straight mullet. You know, look nice. I wanted to look like MacGyver. You can't look like MacGyver with hair like this. So, oh well. Let's see, I do that too, Michael. I shower, do my hair, and clean up my workspace before going to work. Yeah, exactly. Hair wasn't an issue either. Now, however, my hair is locked, and I don't plan on cutting it. No. Your hair's locked in what? I'm not sure what that means. But, you know, women can get away with long hair. It depends. I know some women who can't do long hair because of the same reason I can't. But, yeah. Oh, I like women with long hair anyway. I just love long hair. Locks. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I get you. All right, cool. Curls, I think. No, dreadlocks. I bet. I got what you mean, though, Neo. And I've seen those look awesome too. So, but yeah, I can see why you don't plan on cutting it. I don't think I could do that. At least not right now, anyway. You see all these little teeny, yeah, all these little teeny tubes coming out. I'm afraid if I did that, I'd look like I don't know. I was going somewhere with that, and I can't think of the character's name. Oh my god, the Queen of Blades, Sarah. No. My god. Oh my god. I'm gonna feel stupid once I figure it out. Sarah Kerrigan. God damn it. I knew it was Sarah. My favorite game, and I forgot the character's name. I love Sarah Kerrigan. But anyway, if I did that, it would probably look like her. But not nearly as nice. Oh, but anywho, yeah. So there we are with stuff. Okay, so I guess what else can we talk about? We'll call it a night. It's 8:30. My hair was your length, Michael, when I locked it. I had bad postpartum hair loss. How can you do that? Well, I guess it would be, oh, okay, I've seen it shorter before, yeah. I'm trying to like gauge, and that's like really super short. I can see that though. I'm not going to do it, but I can see that. I'd be accused of cultural appropriation or something. I don't know. I think they look nice, so I bet your hair is probably. I think I've seen your pictures on Instagram, and I like your hair. Maybe it's just the profile pic that I saw. Oh, so yeah. Um, does anybody have any more writing questions or anything? Um, so my blog post that comes out on the 1st is writing 360,000 words for my books next year. Now, keep in mind, this is also on top of writing blogs, doing the YouTube channel. Um, I'm going to be doing more videos for Crossing Colorado and Colorado Plays. I'm going to be doing more gaming videos. So 360,000 words is an awful lot considering everything else I do. But it's not outside of reason. Because, hey, Chris, how's it going? You're going to diet red next year? Ooh. You'll have to, like, put that on Instagram. I would love to see that. With, like, in 2020, I wrote 468,000 words. This year, I'm going to be well over 700,000. So it is possible for me to do 360,000 words on nothing but books while still maintaining the blogs and the YouTube channels. So my biggest issue, time. I suck at time management. Well, I'm getting better at it. Every year I've been getting better and better, so can't really complain. But if I want to accomplish everything I want to do next year, I definitely need to work out my shit. As far as writing, you gave me a lot to think about, so thank you for that. You're welcome, Neil. That's what I'm here for. Any guest speakers, Michael? Next year, I would love to get some more on. I would love to get Mom on. We're going to give that a little bit, though, before we try to get Mom on. If Angela can finish her book, I would love to go over that. We had Angela on a couple of months ago. We talked about Tate Publishing, but so I would like to get. God, there's like a lot of authors on Twitter that I would love to have on, except for one. I don't know if I'd be able to do the interview. I'd have to have somebody else do it for me because I would be too entranced. There's a specific author that I'm like really infatuated with, but and nobody else that I know that would do a good show wants to be on because they don't like YouTube, or at least they don't want to be on camera, which is fine. We don't have to be on camera. You can have a blank space. When are you going to write a book? Your book is done? Well then, oh yeah, you still have to, I thought you were supposed to turn it to the agent. You have no idea. I don't, it would be interesting, I don't know. I think Chris could write a decent book if he actually put in the effort. And no, I'm not purposely trying to call you lazy ass. I'm just saying that I do know that some of the things you have to work through. So, but I think he can still do it. Chris is a really good writer. I just wish he had more. I wish Chris had more. Fuck. I wish Chris had as much faith in himself as I have in him. Time management is rough for me too. Moving pushed my work schedule back so much. Yeah. Don't I know it? I didn't even move. The first day, my tech team decided to block the access to WordPress on the back end because it was public facing. Well, we have to write the content. I need to log in. So that took all day for them to release it. And then yesterday, my computer decided to update Arc, which is a game, Windows, NVIDIA, and I think Discord. Like a bunch of stuff updated simultaneously, which choked the shit out of my machine. So I couldn't do anything all day. I was going to do a video. Nope. Couldn't do Despair. Oh, I didn't do Despair today either. Shit. Yeah. So I know all about postponing. So now tomorrow I have a lot to do. I need $3,000 to do that. See? $3,000. That's why I self-published. I don't have to worry about $3,000. I don't have $3,000. And Mom said she'd pay for it. And I know you replied to her, and I can't remember what you said. But I would feel weird about having Mom pay for it too. Had fam in town a lot the past few weeks and missed some streams. Yeah, Chris has had a lot of people stop by. Oh. But my time management is mostly that people want to go out and do stuff in the middle of my day. So like today we went out to Costco, Walmart, and Caribou, and that's on the other side of Denver in Westminster. So that was my whole day. Well, not whole day, but that was, wow, almost 5 hours of my day. 4. We left at 9. Yeah, 4 hours just in shopping. Oh, and we went to the liquor store too. So it's usually people wanting to do shopping or go get coffee. So I gotta start putting a foot down on some of that. Like, nope, I gotta work. I got videos to make. I got blog posts to create. I've got some goodness to create. And if I want to get my books published, get more of them published, then I will have to definitely put my foot down. Which is hard for me to do because I am very easily sidetracked by others. Which is another reason why I want to get an external office. That way I'm away from everybody. Nobody can mess with me. Unless they come to my office and mess with me. But I figured out that I only need $125 a day to pay for a warehouse large enough to do the gaming, the fitness, and the writing, the WriterSanctuary stuff that I want to do. Because the podcast, I would love to have an actual set for the podcast. I want to set up a bar. I already have it all envisioned in my head. And then I would love to have weekly guests on. And as soon as I have something fancy like that, I know a lot of people here in the Denver metro that would probably come up and do it. So, I mean, even if we just do like WordPress podcasts, I know a lot of people who would do it. So I just need something fancier than my room. I can't have people coming over and hanging out on my bed while we're doing an interview. I guess we can do it like we do with all the other ones and do live streaming. But I would love to have my bar set up. I know exactly how I want it to look. I know what we're going to do with it. Every bottle in the background is going to be specifically for a guest. I want them to sign it so they'll be all special. And we'll have a collection of different liquors based on the favorites of whoever's on the show. Now, of course, we'll have non-drinkers, but, then we'll have water bottles. Or whatever, But I have I have everything planned out in my head. So I just need $125 a day. Extra on top of what I'm doing now. Which is an awful lot. I can do it. I can get there. But, so, yeah. It's 8:45. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, or concerns they would like to bring up? I have the bar. It gives people a reason to leave the house. Yeah? See? I'm telling you. I want to set up my bar. It's going to have a nice table. We're going to have bar stools. It's going to have a Cheers feel to it, but darker. Because I want it to. And we'll have. I'm telling you, it's all in my head. I just need to build it. You are hot. Oh my God. You're sleeping on the vent. Oh, you're too hot. Oh, I can't breathe. And that's mine. I don't think you're going to drink it. It's my shadow. Yeah. Hi. Oh. I say this town too small. I'm back. My Instacart order just got here. Munchies. Hey! Bring Shadow. Shadow, unfortunately, is not a people person. Whenever the girls are here, she takes off. Huh. Yeah. You're not a people person, are you? No, if I did something like that, I'd have to take either Sabia or Logan. Those are my people lovers. Max is another. She's iffy about people. Cloak, no way. Dagger, no way. Dagger doesn't even hang out with us. I already have a bar. I just rarely use it. See, I want a bar. I have a, well, that's my bar. It's a bookshelf. I have shelves in my kitchen that have all my liquor on it. But I want a nice, I'm going to have a set all nice bar. It's going to have bottles. I would love to have every writer and guest bring their either, I don't know, it'd be kind of cheap to make them bring their own. So we'll like contact them, find out what their favorite drinks are. We'll buy that and then have them sign it. We'll put it in the background. We'll have a whole collection of bottles of people. That's how we'll recognize everybody. It's like, oh, hey, you're Jack Daniels. $125 equals 25 monthly supporters, members on Buy Me a Coffee, just saying. Yeah, if I can get 25 monthly subscribers or supporters. I don't know what else to do. I keep forgetting. I was going to do the writing vlog, the behind the scenes stuff this week, but let's see, yesterday was everything updated at the same time. I could have made the video, but I wouldn't have been able to post it to anywhere. Tuesday was just a horrible day. There's times where I just have a week that has just gone to shit. So, minus their cuts, maybe 30-ish. Yeah, 30 would do it. Huh. 30 would do it. We could build a bar. Start flying people out. We'll have Chris on the show and we'll fly him out to Denver. Actually, we could probably get you a buddy pass. It would cost you like $20 to fly here. Because I got the hookup for flights. Hey. So I guess it shouldn't cost me that much to go out to Las Vegas on April. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. Everybody else is driving for Angela's dealie, but I am going to fly because I am twice the distance. And I really don't want to drive to Las Vegas. Driving home for Thanksgiving is probably the furthest I'll drive. Yeah, it depends. If I'm on vacation, I might, but well, I guess this is kind of a vacation. If you don't know, I'll be in Las Vegas on April 9th for Angela's arm wrestling tournament. I'll probably be there before that. So just don't fly standby, right? Never again. I'm telling you, trying to get home from Utah in August was a nightmare. I will never, ever do standby again. And we would have made that first flight if the Uber driver or Lyft driver wouldn't have gotten off the wrong exit. Then we had to flip around and get back on the freeway. If he wouldn't have done that, we would have got on the plane. But no, he didn't. And that was like, it was okay. But seeing how he was the only Lyft driver in the entire state of fucking Utah throughout the entire weekend, we were there for 3 days. Every time we turned on the Lyft app or the Uber app, there was one guy. And one of them had to come all the way from Sandy up to Ogden. So it's crazy that Utah only has one of each type of driver. What the fuck? Here in Denver, I can't turn on my Uber app without the map looking up like a bunch of ants all over a piece of bread. It's nuts how many drivers I have just in my area, which has nothing here. But no, you go to Utah and you got one guy and you got to hope that he knows the roads. Anyway. Yep, right. Chris called in. Sorry, guys. No, some things are still kind of fresh. Oh no, not like Monday. Monday, I lost my shit. I had a decent idea of what I was going to do on Monday, but when Amazon shut me down for the fourth time, I lost it. I went on like 4 different rants about shit that wasn't even related. That's how bad I was. I lost my mind at that point. I should have just called it a night and gave up. I think we did. No, we waited for a while. But not like tonight, where I actually had a good topic and we talked stuff out. So, but yeah, feel better? Oh, I feel much better. I feel a lot better. Oh, but I am like jazzed about next year, guys. I mean, 360,000 words. I estimated up to be 120,000 page books because I'm writing full large novellas, and so that is going to be my base, my minimum. Now, I am going to be self-publishing the series, but I'm not sure what to do with 7. Like, should I wait for an agent with 7, or should I self-publish that one? I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Have things changed on Amazon? Actually, since adding my book to the blogs, in fact, I'm writing a blog post about different methods you can use, different free methods you can use to advertise your book. I made a couple of sales on it. So, look at my report here. And look, I made a sale 2 days ago. But since adding the buy button on WriterSanctuary, I've sold 3 books so far. So, and that took me 5 not seconds. It took me about 3 minutes to set that up. I just went to Amazon, copied the image and text URL, and pasted it into the sidebar of WordPress. But I had to create a table because I wanted to do a text as to what the book was about. I didn't just want to put the button up and my picture. I wanted to actually, this is the story of yada yada yada. And since doing that, I've sold 3 more. So far I've sold 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 ebooks and 2 paperbacks. 1 to me, 1 to Sam. We're the only 2 that bought a paperback. But I've got my book on my shelf. Ebooks are the new, or not. I guess they're not new, but they are essentially the future. But there is something to be said about flipping through an actual page in a book. I love reading Night Shift. My copy of it is about to fall apart, but it's loved. But there's nothing beats the smell of old pages when flipping through an old book when you're reading it. The oldest book I ever read was, I can't remember the author or the story, but I do know it was green and it was printed in 1938. If I remember right, it was one of the books Grandma gave me. But it was a good book. But that was the oldest one. It was 1938. I just can't remember what the book was. And I had that book forever. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably worth like thousands of dollars now. I bet my ex got it at some point. In fact, I'm almost positive that's where it went. When I left my ex the first time. Bad juju. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that was a good book. But yeah, I prefer having paperback. I I don't mind reading stuff on Wattpad or coming across some ebooks, but I would much rather have it in my hand. That didn't come out right, but you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on. So if anybody's interested in my book, it is the link to my author page for Amazon is in the description down below of the video. Fuck me. But I will be doing some marketing next week. I just need to make sure I buy the rest of the stuff I need for Christmas. And then I want to dump some money into marketing on Amazon using their platform. And I'll be doing a video and blog post about that. And then I'm going to see if I can get some money for Ingram Spark and see what that does. It's $50 to submit my book, but it also submits to Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Now, by then, I will already be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, so I don't know if I can tell them not to do that or what. So, I'm making cream of broccoli soup. Ugh. I'm not a big fan of cooked broccoli of any kind. I like raw broccoli with ranch, but in a soup or cooking, like you boil it and I can smell it. It makes me nauseous. I hate the smell of cooking broccoli and cooking spinach. But I will eat the shit out of either one of them raw. Broccoli soup. No. I'll tolerate broccoli if it's in my chicken and roasted chicken and vegetables, I think it is. It's a lean cuisine, which isn't bad. And I'll eat the broccoli then, but it's more of choking it down, swallowing it whole so I don't have to taste it. I don't like cooked broccoli. I like all kinds of broccoli. Yeah, and it's incredibly healthy. Broccoli and spinach are two of the most vitamin and nutrient rich things you can put in your body. I just can't stand the taste of either one of them cooked. You wrote a review. You did? No one ever writes reviews. I didn't want to report bookshelf. I actually don't cook it that long. Well, I don't know. Still not a fan of cooked broccoli. 3 ratings. Ah. Oh. Oh, you just made my eyes tear up, Neo. That was amazing. That is the coolest thing. You suck. I'm not crying, you're crying. Thank you very much, Neo. That was awesome. I don't like overcooked green beans. I don't like cooked green beans either. I love green beans raw. I grew snow peas. I had snow peas on the vine. I only got like 7 or 8 pods. It's almost impossible to grow shit in sand, but I did manage to get a few, and I love snow peas raw out of the pod. I can't stand cooked peas, cooked beans. I don't like a lot of things cooked. I'll eat them raw though. So I've got that weird nerve itch thing going on underneath my skin. It's bugging me. Yams and potatoes are also high in nutrition, but the calories can become a problem. Yeah, potatoes are awesome, but they're also heavy in carbs. I really like potatoes. Sea salt potatoes, roasted garlic potatoes. Like I have sea salt those little mini potatoes that I make with my chicken, and I make chipotle chipotle garlic chicken wrapped with garlic bacon. Oh, I had that last night. It was so good. I'm a good cook. I was gonna have that tonight, but we had Arby's for lunch, and that filled me up. So I had a small bowl of light cereal for dinner because it was light. I'm not the fat kid I used to be. I normally don't write reviews, but I loved your book that much. Well, thank you very much, Neil. I'm telling you, that was an amazing review. And yeah. Wish I could give you a rating, but gives me helpful or report abuse. That is so cool. I might have to like snapshot that, save it, put it on the blog post. Yeah, I cook potatoes a lot too. They're cheap, and I'm not worried about the carbs. Yeah, I am, only because I'm not nearly as physically active as I should be, mostly because I'm sitting at my desk 16 hours a day. I'm trying to get up more. I do play the Xbox occasionally. I haven't done it for a while, but once I get back into the swing of things, then I shouldn't be caring about carbs either. Normally I can burn through it, so it's just been a rough couple weeks. Battery dying. Bye all. Well, that was quick. Bye, Chris. I'll email you. I kept forgetting. It related to trying to build my bar. So I've been waiting so much lately. It's just been writing so much lately. It's just madness. You know, if you're on a roll, don't stop. You know, just keep going. I mean, I do. I used to. When I was writing at night, there would be times where I would be up until like 3:30, and that's like stupid late for me. But when when it starts going and everything's clicking, don't waste it, because you might not get it for a while again. So don't think it's madness. Just relish. Run with it. There's times where I get that way. There's times where I wind up blogging all day long and I completely forgot that I wanted to do other shit. So, yeah. Keep it up. Yeah, am writing another short now. Well, there you go. I am going to do a lot of, KDP is going to be massive for me next year, I think. Not just what the freelancers tell. I'll be doing more marketing on that. But as I'm marketing that, I am also finishing Kingmaker, which will be on Kindle. And then I'm also going to slap it up on Barnes & Noble. And that's going to be the fun one, because I've never even really dove into Barnes & Noble at all. So, but once I saw on their website that you can contact them directly to see what you can do to get your self-published book in their stores, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, Neil. Wow, I didn't even see that one pop up. You're on the ball. Allison Matthews got squicked. Have written like 80,000 words past 2 weeks, and that's not even counting my tweets. Yeah, that's an awful lot. 80,000 words in 2 weeks. That's awesome. I know a lot of people on Twitter who can't even do that in a year. So keep it, and if you got that flow going, just keep it up. Yeah, that's a lot of words. That's almost a book a month. That's Stephen King level. We start. Oh, that's what I should do, huh? I should make an RPG like layout for writers, and like every level will be a different author. 80,000 words, though. Yeah, that's awesome. That's more than what I did. By a lot. Well, like we pointed out, I have children and all kinds of other crap going on. So, still, 80,000 is nothing to scoff at. You're doing great. I think you should keep it going. Don't think you're doing too much, because It's like the blog post that comes out on Monday is or maybe it was Buy Me a Coffee today. I was pointing out how, oh fuck, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, about getting that first draft out. You don't have to write it perfect. Just get the story written. And then you can go through and make changes and adjustments afterwards. It's all about getting that first draft done and crank it out. Go through and fix it later. But the moment you get that story done, then you start feeling the momentum and feeling self-confidence to finish it. So keep going. Not having pets or kids is a huge help, I bet. Yeah, I could see that being helpful. This is really bugging me. And we figured out what it was, but I can't remember what it's called. But I'm like getting ready to stab a fork in my arm. And it doesn't happen out that often. It's like once every 5 or 6 months. It drives me nuts. Continue to follow that drive, Nat. Yep. Keep going. Keep it rolling. Ride with it as long as you can. That's my thing too. I just bang out the draft before I forget it. Yeah. Crank it out. Like I know a lot of writers on Twitter who are like, they get so enthralled and super excited that they did like 900 words today. Like, fuck, I do 900 words before breakfast. You got to get that. If you want to be published, you got to write the content. You got to write the story. And if you're having an issue or dragging your ass for some reason, you got to figure out why and come over and get over it. Apparently you've got into that zone, which is great. Keep going with that zone. But there are so many people out there who just can't write it. So I don't know. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. That's my thing too. I just think, okay, some weeks I'm more productive than others. That's true with anybody though. Last week was crazy. This week is not as much, but it's stronger ideas and new ones. Yeah, we all have our goals again. Yep, exactly. Like there was one guy's like, I wrote a sentence today. I'm like, yay. You want a cookie? Come on now. I don't know. If a short story starts dragging ass, I move on to another story. I don't, and we've already discussed it. You're good at bouncing around with different ideas. I can't do that. I have to finish what I start. So, like, if something is not dragging, or if something is dragging, I've got to figure out why, and then I usually try to fix it. I didn't do that very well with 7, but with A Freelancer's Tale, it reinvigorated all that. So I'm really looking forward to finishing Kingmaker, which I want to do before I start 7 because I can't do multiple projects like that. When I was doing A Freelancer's Tale at the same time as writing Kingmaker, I hated bouncing back and forth. It drove me nuts. And so I can't do that. You can. I think it's awesome that you can do that. I can see that it has a lot of benefits to it. I can't. So if I have something good, I sit and it just comes to me, coffee and weed, and I just get ideas. That happens. Weed helps a lot of people get ideas. Okay, you guys gotta be up super early for work. Good night, y'all. Don't have too much fun. See y'all next week. Good night, Angela. We're getting ready to wrap it up anyway. It is 9:08, and I still have prisons to wrap. 'Tis the season. I love wrapping presents though. Like I turn on the fireplace on Christmas music on Netflix, and then I'm just in the spirit. I enjoy it. I love it. It makes me happy. Oh. So, anywho, to wrap things up for tonight, we talked about blogs and videos and which one you should do. I'm on the side of doing YouTube and blog at the same time, but not everybody can do that, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that I'm any better than anybody else. It just means that I am better at being able to do both. Not everybody wants to be on camera, and that's fine. There's no harm in that. No one's going to make fun of you for it. I know a lot of people who are very intimidated about cameras or even being recorded. So there's nothing wrong with it. You got to roll with what you are the most comfortable with. And if that's just writing a blog, then so be it. Make it the best blog you can. But I am on the side of trying both if you can. It's been helpful. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be nearly as far in my career as I am now. I sure as hell probably wouldn't have the book done. And like I said before, it was Ron that actually got me going with KDP in the first place. So he was asking me questions about it. I didn't know what to tell him. I don't like talking out my ass. So I decided, you know what? Let's give KDP a try and see what happens. And I should have had it done way sooner, but, you know, I kind of had other things going on. So if it wasn't for Ron, I wouldn't have put in this much effort. And he actually got the ball rolling. So, yeah, you guys inspire me to keep doing what I do. So, and I love doing YouTube. I love chatting with you guys. I love helping. I love giving ideas. I love being inspirational. Even though we go off on tangents once in a while. But I think you guys are awesome. And I love that we're here every Monday and Friday. Didn't I get rid of you once? God. My shadow. What? Oh, go on. Where are you going? Say, I don't know. Say, we're done. God, you dork. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns before we wrap things up? There's a bit of a delay, so I'll give it a minute. I can't really think of anything else I wanted to cover tonight. I think we did a good job breaking it down. Break it down. We're breaking it down. Break it down. Dork. Shadow. Okay. You're not gonna... Really? God, you're such a pain in the ass. Yeah. You're a pain. At least you're smaller than your sister. Anyway, so we're going to wrap things up tonight. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Next year, actually starting this next week, I'm going to have a lot more videos coming out for pretty much everything. So, you tackled the topic, did your promotions. I say it was a win. Right? I think so too, Neo. So I do have, so starting next Monday, I am going to try to do 3 videos a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we'll go from there. And hopefully YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, promotes my shit. Which, I don't know if it will. But, you know. Kind of a narrow topic. It is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday. And thank you very much to Neo for that awesome review on Amazon. It's still... I'm going to cry. That was amazing. I'm so pleased that you liked it so much. So, good night, everybody, and I will see you on Monday. Maybe sans one cat. No, you're a favorite. Yeah, I think they like you more than they like